Name is Gal, and I'm Jewish. Isn't it crazy that just saying that, just expressing such a simple fact about who I am, feels like a controversial statement? But sadly, this is where we're at today.
Is it? All right, well, that was actress Gal Gadot. I had never seen that video before. I assure you, you can announce that you're Jewish and no one will be upset about that. But
in fact, you'll get massive protections that no one else gets in America.
That's true.
Like, our lives are not protected. Your feelings are protected by Congress and every college, and I mean, every institution in America, all of mainstream media. Okay, like this idea that the Jews in America are the most vulnerable is preposterous. I mean, actions of Israel is now making them vulnerable for the first time, and I'm worried about it, right? Because people are so mad at how clearly Israel is, playing us like a fiddle. But the idea, like as if, oh my God, I said I'm Jewish, what a brave act. Oh, shut up.
In reality, she has been very supportive of Israel, and she refuses to condemn the war crimes and genocide carried out by Israel in Gaza. And that, that's what she finds to be controversial because she's gotten backlash for that.
Yeah, and look, all right. What I found to be super interesting is that weirdo sign that they had where it was like, it's for the ADL, I assume that's the Anti-Defamation League, and they say, never is now. Like before.
Yeah, what? Never is now.
No, because the statement used to be never again, right? Now I guess this new slogan is never is now, as long as we're doing it, but I don't know why I'm getting pushback. Nobody's giving you pushback for being Jewish. Some of the best fighters for peace in America are Jewish. They're giving you pushback for being in favor of a genocide. I know they conflate, the Israelis love to conflate that. They love to hide behind Jews across the world.
Yeah, they do, that's absolutely right. Now, we weren't supposed to just talk about that video we showed you. We actually wanted to talk about why Gal Gadot thinks that a movie that she recently starred in, the live action Snow White, flopped, and it did flop. Now, she thinks it flopped because of her unwillingness to speak out against Israel. So before we get to her most recent comments, let's hear what she said at the ADL's Never Is Now Summit. This was 2.5 weeks before the movie came out on March 4th. Take a look.
And never did I imagine that on the streets of the United States and different cities around the world, we would see people not condemning Hamas, but celebrating, justifying, and cheering on a massacre of Jews. We, the Jewish people, are an ancient people with an ancient story in an ancient homeland. We are the people that celebrate life. We work to see better and more peaceful future. We challenge hate when we face it, but we do it with love while always striving to make the world a better place.
Israel has killed over 60,000 people in Gaza, and that is surely an undercount since the bodies that remain trapped under the rubble of the leveled Gaza Strip have not been counted in the official death toll. There are hundreds of thousands of Palestinians missing in Gaza.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
Okay, real quick on that. So her version of reality is that people were in the streets cheering for the massacre of Jews all over the world. I didn't see that. Did you guys see that? Did you see people all over the world cheering on October 7th or 8th?
I saw the vast majority of people protesting against the slaughter of innocents in Gaza. And sure, there was a handful of idiots who celebrated Hamas. They were condemned, they were chided, And they were the exception to the rule, which was the vast majority of people taking to the streets to protest against atrocities carried out by the Israeli Defense Forces against innocent people in Gaza.
I want to be super clear. That video was from February of this year.
Yeah.
So she's talking about not anybody cheering a year and a half earlier than that, right? But she's talking about peace protests all across the world saying, can you please stop slaughtering the Palestinians? And she's like, how dare they? They should know that we're allowed to slaughter the Palestinians. But we're a people of love. Are you? Because Israel doesn't look like it's a people of love right now. It looks like people cheering on one of the most stomach-churning genocides of our lifetimes, okay? So no, stop hiding behind other Jews, okay? You don't speak for them, and all you're doing is endangering them with these maniacal defenses of a genocide. Okay, so I'm not interested in Gal Gadot. Oh, we are this and we are that. Who the hell are you anyway, right? I mean, anyway, I don't care where they came from. I don't care about religion. I don't care about any of the gobbledygook, right? But a bunch of Aryan-looking people that comes from Eastern Europe and pretends that God gave them the land 2,000, 3,000 years ago, right? And oh no, we're the real Jews. Okay, and God loves the Jews, and we should take all the land. No, that's a deeply racist position that the Israeli government has. And I'm not interested in you pretending that you're the good guys in the middle of the horrific genocide that we're all seeing.
And again, that speech came out 2.5 weeks before the live action Snow White film came out on March 4th. So, she suspects that her commentary about Israel is what led to the film performing poorly. I think it might be a factor. I don't think that's the full reason. So look, last week she went on a no off limits questions or no off limit questions style interview on Israeli TV. And she was asked about how the film performed poorly, right? And here's what she said. First of all, I have to say that I really enjoyed filming this movie. I was sure that the movie was going to be a huge success. And then October 7th happened. And what's happening in all kinds of industries and also in Hollywood is that there's a lot of pressure on celebrities to speak out against Israel.
What are you talking about?
What?
On what planet? I mean, look, guys, we covered this like in 2023 and 2024. If people spoke out in Hollywood, like there's a legendary agent who represents like Tom Cruise and some of the biggest ones. I think she's Lebanese. I'm doing this from memory. Okay, so she was like, oh, like it's not good to keep killing these Palestinians, and they're like, that's an anti-Semite, and they did like this giant witch hunt, and like all the top celebrities that were being represented by her had to like Avengers assemble to protect her. But like if you said anything against Israel for like the first year of the slaughter, okay, you were gonna be your career was gonna be in a lot of trouble. And that's not a trope. That's people in Hollywood announcing it publicly, writing letters. If you are against Israel, we will eliminate your career, okay? We're gonna call you anti-Semites and make sure you never work again. They sent letters like that. And then she's pretending that, oh my God, I said something pro-Israel. And that's what hurt my career in Hollywood. Who are you kidding? And by the way, you're an awful actress.
She is a bad actress.
Like, she's gorgeous. You're among the worst of all time.
I think she's beautiful, but her acting is not great. It's just not, okay? There's memes online about it. One of our producers like told me that there's memes online about it, and I looked into it, and yeah. Anyway, the rest of her comment was this: you can always explain and try to give people in the world a context about what's happening and what the reality is here. But in the end, people decide for themselves. I was disappointed that the movie was greatly affected by that and didn't do well in the box office. Now, again, sure, I mean, her support of Israel might have been a factor, but there were all sorts of issues with that film that hold on, that I'm gonna get to in just a minute, okay? For instance, okay, why was the movie a flop? Well, apparently it only made about $206 million at the post office, which
box office.
Box office.
It would have been hilarious if it made it at the post office. Then it'd be stunningly successful.
I misspoke. I got the post office on my mind. Okay, box office, which was well below their production budget, which was almost $270 million. So they lost money on the film.
Yeah.
Like terrible. But look, and that doesn't even include the money that they spent on the marketing budget. So again, huge flop. But the film had lots of issues. In fact, the other star in the film, Rachel Zegler, was just always embroiled in controversy and always saying things that upset people. On August 12th of 2024, 3 days after Rachel Zegler hit the stage at Disney's D23 fan event to introduce the first official trailer of Snow White, she thanks supporters effusively in an X post for driving the teaser to 120 million views in 24 hours. 1 minute later, she added an afterthought in the same thread, and always remember free Palestine. So look, this is obviously a very controversial issue. So if you refuse to condemn Israel, or if you support Palestine, you're gonna upset people. So both actresses, both stars of this film weighed in on the matter, and I'm sure that they turned people off. Gal Gadot says that she had no ill will about Zegler, saying, I even enjoyed working with Rachel Zegler. We laughed, we talked, and it was fun. But Zegler's comment at the time was considered very controversial, leading to discussions with the film's producer, Mark Platt, who hit her up and was like, yo, what are you doing?
Wait, I thought Jews were being discriminated against. I thought Israelis were being discriminated against. It's weird that the only person who got a talking to was the one who just said something benign like free Palestine.
Right, exactly. One insider said she didn't understand the repercussions of her actions as far as what that meant for the film, for Gal, for anyone.
You have hurt the career of Gal Gadot by saying free the Palestinians. Don't you know the bigger star is in favor of enslaving the Palestinians? You have hurt her career, and you have hurt our movie by treating the Palestinians as human beings. Do you see how now Israelis are endangered in Hollywood? Okay.
Okay, and to be clear, there were other like this. The lead up to the film being released was just one controversy after another, Disney deciding to do a film portraying magical dwarfs, that was a big controversy. Disney following that criticism up with the decision to use CGI for the dwarves instead of using actual people, that was a controversy. Rachel Zegler calling the original film weird turned people off, because the reason why people would want to go see a live action version of Snow White is for nostalgia. So if you call it weird, people are gonna be not turned on by that. Let's just put it that way. Rachel Zegler's post-election F Donald Trump probably turned off some people who might have gone to see the movie. So like anytime you take entertainment content and you inject controversial political views, you're gonna turn off some people who might not buy the product or wanna watch the product. It's that simple.
I kind of like Zegler now. I'm gonna check her out a little bit more. Okay, anyways, look guys, last things. First of all, there's tons of Jewish actors in Hollywood. I hope nobody's chasing them down and discriminating against them. It seems like Adam Sandler could still make a movie, and he wrote a whole song about Hanukkah. Okay, so I hope they survive. No, but in all seriousness, I don't want anybody hounding Jewish people. That's nuts. Or Jewish actors. And you don't know anything about their beliefs, and don't chase them down. Oh, I found out they're Jewish. Who cares? Don't do that, right? And so that's obvious to all good, decent people. Okay, but the idea that the Israelis are the one discriminated class in Hollywood, I mean, is obviously hilarious. If you don't see that that's hilarious, you're so blinded by your bias, there's just no hope for you. Nothing we say will ever register to you, right? So now, in terms of reality, did it really affect the movie? I mean, I wish that someone being pro-genocide in a movie like that, but someone in a movie being pro-genocide in real life hurt a movie's box office. I've never seen it before, right? But the idea that people won't go to see movies that Israelis are in, again, I've never seen it before. I think Natalie Portman's originally Israeli. Nobody cares. No, why would?
What do you mean originally Israeli? I think she's Israeli. She is.
Oh, is she? Okay,
yeah.
I don't. No, because she might be an American citizen now. I don't know.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, she is an American citizen, but yeah.
Yeah, and you could have dual citizenship. Anyway, my point is, we don't care.
Yeah.
Right. So now, Superman has what appears to be a pro-Palestinian and not anti-Israel, but like, can you please stop killing Palestinians message. And Superman goes to save what appears to be Palestine in the movie.
Right.
Now, if Superman does better because of that message, and by the way, worldwide, then I'm super happy about it.
Pretty dope.
Yeah. And that's badass. And that's not hating anyone. That's just saying, can you please not slaughter people who can't fight back?
Right.
And by the way, if you're Israeli and like me, you thought, oh, he's talking about Israel. What does that tell you about Israel? That even you thought that the fictional country in Superman who's slaughtering innocent people who can't defend themselves is Israel.
Right.
Okay, so don't tell me you didn't assume that when you do assume that. So don't tell me that I'm supposed to be okay with it when you also make the same assumption that I do. Anyway, bottom line is, it's a lot of crying. Oh no, just because I support a genocidal government, maybe my movie's gonna make 200 million instead of 300 million. Boo hoo, the real victim is me, my Hollywood career. I've only made several giant blockbusters even though I can't act, okay? I'm the real victim here. No, I'm not interested in that. You're not any victim, and you're just another crybaby who's like, well, my government should be allowed to slaughter people and get away with it and have you guys applaud. I can't believe you're not applauding. Well, Gal, I got news for you. We're not applauding. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.